Hey friends, Ash here with Gents, and today I'm going to be doing another one of those TJ Maxx and Ross fragrance shopping sprees. Well, potentially a shopping spree, depending on what's there. Around this time of year, November, December, stores like TJ Maxx, Ross, and Marshalls end up getting a lot of fragrances in that they normally don't carry throughout the year. So what I'm going to do is go to my local stores, which the ones closest to me are a TJ Maxx and a Ross, and see what they have. So like the last time I did this, I'm gonna go inside the store and film all the fragrances that they have there so you can see how my local stores look at this moment. And if there's anything there that catches my eye, I'll go ahead and pick it up and do a first impression for you here. So let's go ahead and get on the road and check out Ross and TJ Maxx and see if there's anything there worth picking up. So here we are at TJ Maxx. A lot of this is your standard stuff. Ferragamo F Black. You've got a bunch of Azzaro Chrome flankers, Nautica Voyage, Artisan Pure, some Burberry, some cheap Fujiyama that you see back there with the Dunhill. There was a lot of Hugo Boss, just different. A whole bunch of those, what you see there. Somebody tried to steal that English Laundry that was kind of just straggling by itself. And I was trying to figure out what this was. Pure blue for her. That Lacoste is on clearance, but it's still 32 bucks. And then those Penguin fragrances are actually a decent deal. I'll show that in a second, but they were marked at $9.99, but I already own them. That Black is Black Select I had not seen before. Thought about picking that up. Yeah, there you can see it, $9.99. Then there's a lot of Beverly Hills Polo Club and some stragglers and gift sets down at the bottom of this rack. Here is another part of TJ Maxx where you've got your body sprays and then a lot of cheap fragrances thrown in there, all those Adidas, and a bunch of random ones here. You've got Elizabeth and James Nirvana, technically a women's fragrance, but it was in the men's section. Also that Burberry for her behind it. You've got some Mr. Burberry Indigo face washes, I think is what those were. Jimmy Choo Man Ice for 50 bucks, 1 million. I think that was $47 on that. Another Elizabeth and James. So they had a few interesting things over here. That low blue DC in the back. And yeah, that's me checking out the Burberry Indigo face wash. It's $27 back there, the low blue DC. But most of these I already own, so I wasn't super interested in them. You see the Hugo Boss again, and even more gift sets of your cheapies. And look, some razors. Now this section is basically new for the holidays, and it's gift sets. So these are fragrances that come with body wash or deodorant spray or even shaving cream on some of these. So I was checking these out to see what fragrances there were. You've got the little mini bottles of English Laundry and Beverly Hills Polo Club. A set of Tommy, complete classic, right? 25 bucks, not terrible. A random Spice Reserve snuck in there. This Dunhill Icon set was kind of neat, but I already own that one, and it was 60 bucks, which is way overpriced compared to what you can get it online. Curve for Men, a little miniature Vince Camuto set. A gigantic cool water bottle, 200 milliliters, and then some baby Tommy Bahama bottles. But all this stuff is pretty basic. It's stuff that I already have. I just wanted to check it out and see what they had there. And this is a quick look at the clearance section. Carrera Black for 4 bucks. Juliet Has a Gun for 56. They had some Azzaro Chrome flankers and 212 Sexy. That was about it though, as far as the clearance section goes. Now we're checking out Ross, and this is just a bunch of cheap stuff, mainly just a whole bunch of cheap stuff. A lot of fragrances you're gonna see are the same. They had a bunch of great flannel, Bora Bora, Mambo, which is Ronnie Mund approved from the Howard Stern show. More Burberry, Paco Rabanne Pour Homme, you see there, Curve Black, even more Azzaro Chrome, even more Mambo, and even more Hugo, just different. That stuff is everywhere right now for some reason. And then your Cuba fragrances that you'll see very often. And this is going to wrap up Ross's even more cheap stuff. You've got your Iron Man, that's a must-have. That's sarcasm, don't pick it up. Gray flannel, Dolce & Gabbana Pour Homme. Much more Azzaro, more Nautica, Quorum. That's a classic. Blue jeans, you'll see that very often at Ross and TJ Maxx, just non-stop. Ferragamo Subtle Pour Homme, Sexy Secret Noir. Yeah, there really wasn't that much stuff to get excited about this time. I was hoping there was going to be some really cool stuff, but there were only a couple of things that caught my attention while I was looking around. Okay guys, I am back and I picked up 3 fragrances, each one of them from TJ Maxx. The first one is a fragrance that people have actually asked me about for a while. So this is one that's been requested and it was only $4. It's this Carrera Black. The other 2 fragrances that I picked up are actually technically women's fragrances. They were in the men's section, but I knew that these were women's fragrances, but I have heard that these are more unisex than they are feminine, so I guess I'm gonna find out if that's true or not. Elizabeth & James Nirvana French Grey and Elizabeth & James Nirvana Amethyst. Each one of these was $19.99, so $20 each. And when I bought these, I actually thought they were 50 ml bottles, so 1.7 ounce. They are actually 30 ml, so a little bit smaller than I was expecting, but it's okay. I'm not sure about the notes on the Carrera Black. This fragrance isn't even on Fragrantica. Some of the notes of these fragrances are right here on the front. So Amethyst has tobacco, honeysuckle, and cedar, and then French Grey has musk, neroli, and lavender. Let's go ahead and open up this Carrera first and see how it smells. Gotta be honest, for a $4 fragrance, I'm not expecting a whole lot. There's a close-up of that price in case you couldn't see it before. So here's a quick look at that box, Carrera Black, and this is a 1.7 ounce eau de toilette. Your ingredient information is on the back of the box, and I don't see a badge code on the bottom of the box. And here is the little bottle for Carrera Black. It does have kind of an interesting texture to it. It has a matte finish, which gives the bottle an interesting hand feel. So there's a look at it for you, Carrera Black. And there is a quick look at the sticker. It's a cheapish plastic cap, and the atomizer looks a little bit cheap as well, but again, this was $4. Let me go ahead and give this a spray and see how it smells. The atomizer is on the cheaper side of things. It's like those atomizers that just give you a little puff. This smells like a barber-shoppy kind of fragrance. Yeah, this is sort of like an inexpensive barbershop fragrance, which is not exactly what I was expecting. It's got almost a throwback 70s kind of smell to it with lavender and anise. At least that's how it comes off. I have no clue what the notes are on this, but that's how it smells here initially. And I guess I'll spray this on my skin just to see if it comes off differently there. There is a definite cheapness to it. It does not smell as refined as most barbershop fragrances out there that are more popular. It's got a kind of a messy alcohol tinge to it, and the notes come across muddied. It smells slightly sharp, and there's some citrus in the opening as well. Comes across a little bit like a lemon. Other than that though, it does have the anise lavender kind of vibe off skin as well as off the tester strip. So yeah, this one is gonna be a little bit of a throwback. It does smell cheap. It does not smell like it's, you know, a $50 fragrance in a $4 bottle. At $4, it might be worth taking a swing on, but it's not gonna be anything that smells really modern. And to be honest, I don't think it's a really high quality barbershop scent, which not a surprise. It smells better off a tester strip. It smells fresher off a tester strip. Off skin, it becomes muddied and dark really quickly. Not dark in a high quality way, dark in just kind of a bleh kind of way. I know that's not very descriptive, bleh, but that's how it smells. Now on to the Elizabeth & James fragrances. I've got Amethyst and French Grey. I guess I will go with French Grey first. Here's a quick look at the box. As you can see there, name of the house, name of the fragrance, size and concentration at the bottom, and then the notes of the fragrance here at the top. Then you have your ingredient information on the back of the box, and your bottom with badge code and barcode. Now a quick look at the bottle. It does have kind of a cool look to it. I like the pattern, and if you've been into Sephora, you've probably seen these bottles there. Then on the side, you have the name. On the bottom, your sticker with badge code. And I'll just go ahead and spray this one on skin. Yeah, I think this could be unisex. I do. It's mainly neroli that's coming out here off the top. Does it maybe lean a little bit feminine? sure, but if you can wear a fragrance like Tom Ford Neroli Portofino, I think you could wear this as well. It doesn't come across quite as appealing as Neroli Portofino does. It smells nice, but it doesn't blow me away. The musk here doesn't work as nicely with the Neroli as I would like. It's kind of sucking away some of that freshness and sweetness from the Neroli is how it comes across, and maybe that's the way that it's paired up with the lavender in here. I'm not for sure. It's just the musk is starting to kind of overtake the Neroli, and it's doing it pretty early on. I'm gonna let that continue to dry and open this one up. Technically, I already removed the cellophane, but I've not gotten into the bottle yet. So I'll just show you the front of this one because everything else is the same. As you can see there, name of the fragrance and the notes up top. And the bottle on this one is the same, only this one is in a purple color. So this one has tobacco, honeysuckle, and cedar. You pick that sweet tobacco up right away, as soon as you spray it on. There's something in here that I'm guessing is the honeysuckle, and it gives it kind of a weird undertone underneath this tobacco. It has a little bit of a similarity to Velvet Teddy by MAC, which is a fragrance that you'll see in department stores all across America. I definitely see where this one is marketed toward women. I see it being more feminine. I do think that a man could wear it, but if you're going to wear it, you're going to have to like sweet tobaccos, almost syrupy sweet. Not at all a masculine take on the note, which I would expect because again, these are marketed toward women. With a little bit of a floral undertone from the honeysuckle, and to me the honeysuckle does give off a unique scent when it's mixed with this tobacco, but to me not super appealing, at least as far as something I would wear myself. Now, could I see my wife wearing this and have it smell really, the bottle fell over, have it smell really nice off her skin? Yeah, absolutely. Honestly, I'm gonna give both of these, the Elizabeth and James fragrances, to my wife. And going back to this one, the Neroli Musk and Lavender, French Gray, it's called. It actually smells pretty nice now. It's got this really nice floral freshness to it. It does come across a little bit feminine, but I think it's really appealing. Not something I'm gonna wear myself, but definitely something that I would like my wife to wear. This other one, Tobacco Honeysuckle Cedar, Elizabeth and James Amethyst, that little bit of funkiness has died away, and now it just smells like a really pleasant, sweet take on tobacco. Again, a feminine, sweet tobacco. Don't pick up too much cedar in this at this point. I'm assuming that's gonna come in later on. Both of these smell pretty nice, just not for me personally. Back to Carrera Black. It has a dustiness to it, a powderiness to it. Yeah, it almost has this dustiness, like you've gone into an elderly person's home and opened up like their old coat closet, something like that, that hasn't been opened for a long time. And that dusty kind of feeling that hits you in the nose, that's what this smells like. Yeah, that's exactly how it smells to me. I'm not trying to be facetious or anything like that, but I can't imagine too many people are going to want to smell like that. It's like a very low tier barbershop fragrance is how it comes across. So I think if you're on the hunt for a barbershop scent, pass that one up. I've seen Azzaro Pour Homme, I've seen Paco Rabanne Pour Homme at these discount stores. So I think if you're gonna buy a fragrance from TJ Maxx or Ross and you're looking for that type of scent, don't buy this one. Spend a little more and get one of those two I just mentioned. As I wrap this video up, I went back and smelled these two Elizabeth and James fragrances again. They both smell good. They both smell really nice. And while they do lean feminine, they could be unisex. So long as you're okay with wearing fragrances that trend toward the feminine side of things. If you don't like wearing fragrances like that, I think these would be solid pickups for your significant other or your mom or whoever. They smell good. I'm gonna give them to my wife. All right, guys, that's gonna do it for me. I know, kind of a random pickup, but you guys saw what was there, and a lot of what was there is stuff I already owned or I just don't really have too much interest in. Let me know what you've got at your local stores. I've been seeing some pictures on Facebook of some really cool finds. As always, thanks so much for hanging out with me today. Thanks for all your support, and I'll see you guys again tomorrow with another fragrance video. See you guys.